Hi, my lovelies. Welcome to the start to a new kind of weekly reading vlog. I guess it is going to be a weekly reading vlog because, yeah, this is usually for a week straight or like 5 days straight. So, today's Sunday, and as you can see from the title of this video, I am going to be doing a challenge of reading 100 pages per day. I've attempted this challenge quite a few times and I always fail like day 3 or something. So let's cross my fingers that I make it through this time around. But yeah, I don't really know what I want to read or what I want to do the next for the following week, like reading wise. So I just thought I'll do a reading challenge to give myself more motivation, like more consistency. The book I have in mind to start off with 100 pages per day challenge is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan. So I've had this one on my TBR for quite a few times now, and I finally bought it physically so that I would actually pick it up. So once I have it physically, I'm guaranteed to read it because I say that even though I have like 20 books on my TBR, physical TBR that I haven't read. But like I'm most likely to pick up the book once I have it physically, because once it's on my Kindle, I have to like consistently go on my Kindle to realize, oh, I have that book. I bought that book on there. But then like I don't really use my Kindle that much. Honestly, like use Libby more. So whenever I get like a book from Libby, it comes in, that's when I decide to pick it up. And it might be on my Kindle as well. So I listen to the audiobook from Libby and then physically read it or like read it on my Kindle along with that. So yeah, that decides my TBR most of the time because I honestly, because I cannot see what's on my Kindle, I just forget about the books. Sometimes I'm surprised, like I have this book, I didn't remember buying this book. But yeah, so before I let go, that's what I'm planning to read first. So 100 pages per day. It depends on how long the book is, but like, honestly though, 100 pages minimum. Honestly, I don't think, knowing me, once I really get into that book, I'm gonna read more than 100 pages. But like, yeah, I'm planning to read 100 pages per day at least. But like, if I finish the book earlier on, that's fine. I'll go on to another book and continue on reading 100 pages minimum for the day, you know? And yeah, so let's get into this reading challenge. Today's Sunday. It's very early. It's like 10:30 a.m. right now. So I have plenty of time to read. I am going to work later, so I have plenty of time to read this one. But I'm going to jump right into it so that I don't lose out on day one, you know? So yeah, let's begin some reading. So it's safe to say I've read 100 pages today. So mission accomplished, day one, 100 pages. Well, actually, I read 101 pages because the chapter it ended on page 101. So that was chapter 10. So starting tomorrow, I'll be starting with chapter 11. And I already marked off like where I have to stop because I'm not planning to read any other books at the moment. So I'll just be continuing with this one. I will be stopping at page 209, I believe. So a little bit over 100 again, but that's fine. I'm not reading more because I'm actually enjoying this book. I was scared going into it because it is a second chance romance, and also Kennedy Ryan, she's known for writing like very like sad topic romance books. Like yes, romance in there, but there's also some heavy like topics, and a lot of people are always crying when they read her books. So I've been like very afraid to pick up any of her works, but I don't know, this one was just calling to me, and especially the cover, like it gives like very fall-esque vibes, and it definitely is because right now they're in like late August going into September, back to school, and like fall time. So definitely a fall book for real. It's not sad, it's just like the topics in here are very like heart-wrenching. Like, honestly, I'm so happy. Like I knew going in like what I was gonna expect, and then there's like trigger warnings as well before you go in to read the book. Not stuff that I relate with, but definitely whenever it's mentioned, like especially with the baby, I feel so heartbroken every time that's mentioned. I'm like, because I have empathy, and like just reading about that, I was just like trying to imagine like being in that situation, and it's just so heartbreaking. Honestly, I feel for Yasmin a whole lot because of what she went through with that. So I understand why like she was in such a depressive state and why like she went through with a divorce because of that. I'm looking forward to seeing her and Josiah getting back together. I definitely see it. They have chemistry for real. Like that's another thing I love in this book. From page one, like it literally talks about how much Josiah loves her. Like, but it was granted it was back in the day, but like it emphasizes his love for her. Like he didn't want to go through the divorce. It was her that wanted to go through with it. And even still now they're business partners. They have two kids together and they're still very much in each other's lives. So seeing them interacting with each other and like going through this new phase in their life, it's very interesting to read about. So it's a very different book for me to read, but I'm enjoying it. It is. I don't really read romances, like contemporary romance books, but every once in a while I like to pick one up to like get up my comfort zone and read something else. Like earlier I read Aphrodite and the Duke. That was also a second chance romance. And I usually don't like second chance romances, but Aphrodite and the Duke, I really love that one. And so far I'm enjoying this one. I feel like when it's done well, I will like that trope, obviously. I don't like calling it a trope, like just that situation in the book. Like I tend not to love it because I'm like I like when they're just newly meeting each other and falling in love for the first time. But I guess there is something even more intense when they've already been together, but they like fell out of love, but now they fall back in love with each other. It feels more intense, and it gives me the vibes of like the slow burn romances because this is definitely given like the intensity and the chemistry between them. It reminds me of the feeling I get with a slow burn romance. So I'm enjoying it. So I don't think I'm gonna continue reading it today. I'm just gonna pick it up tomorrow where I left off because I have to go to work soon and I'm gonna eat some dinner before I go to work. So yeah, that's my little top take on this one so far. Today is Monday, day 2 of reading 100 pages a day, and I read up to page 209 today. It's just a little bit in the afternoon right now. It's like 1 p.m. Actually, no, it's like 12:40. I read check earlier. It was like 12:42 when I last checked the time. So yeah, I did a good job and pretty early too. I have plenty of time. I have plenty of time left in this today. I think I might continue reading some more of this book because where it was leading to was very interesting. Like I want to know what's gonna happen next because it sounds like the two in here they're gonna be having like a forced proximity type of vibe thing going on, and I'm looking forward to that because the chemistry between them is it's so good. Like it's on fire every time they're in the same room. It's just the intensity, the feeling there. Kennedy Ryan is so great at writing that romance like between them. Even though they're not together, it's like the spark is just still there and everyone can see it. Like even the new people in their lives, like separately in their relationships, like can see it. And like it sucks for you guys that are trying to be with them like separately, but it's not working out because I see it, you see, like everyone sees it. Like it's, and I love that it's not going in that direction of they're both in different relationships, but they are still trying to be together. Where it's basically border going on the verge of cheating. Basically, it's not giving that vibe at all. Like I see it going in the direction where one of them is gonna like break off their relationship completely because one of them is in a more serious relationship than the other one. Like Yasmin, she is just like trying to tiptoe into dating, but Josiah, he is more in like a relationship, but like not a full on one. Like it just started, it's very like new, like for like 2 months new, and Yasmin just been on like 3 dates with this one guy. So when I say that it's not going in that direction of like it feels like they're cheating because they're still in love with each other, it doesn't feel like they're cheating because they're not doing anything intimate with each other or anything, and they're both basically saying that we're separated. I'm not in love with her. I'm not in love with him. But I can see that they're gonna be making the decision like, okay, yeah, it's not working out with these other relationships, like, because they still have feelings. I feel like they're going in that direction of I still have feelings for her. I still have feelings for him. I just want to see it happen though because I didn't get to that point yet. I'm at the like halfway mark right now, like exactly halfway to the book. A little bit actually, more than halfway actually. Yeah. I'm a little bit over halfway through the book and the tempo is picking up and I want to know what will happen next because I feel like that next scene is going to be a forced proximity scene because of where they're going to be in the future. And I want to read about it. So I'm not going to save it till tomorrow. I'm going to read it now. So, and honestly, tomorrow I'm going to finish this book because I have like 160 pages left of this book to read. So I know for sure I'm going to be finished reading it tomorrow. I'm not going to just read 100 pages and only the 60 pages. I'm going to finish reading it. So I'm going to make a head start today and just read some more. Hi. The plan today's day 4, and my plan was to pick up our Vicious Oats new release by Annie Davenport. I did get the art of this one. Unfortunately, I was in a reading slump at the time, and I did get up to, from what I've seen, chapter like 7. So I'm not gonna be rereading what I already read from the art. I'm just gonna continue on from where I left off. That was a plan that I was gonna pick this one up to finish off my 100 pages of the day challenge. But I decided last night after I finished reading Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan, which I gave this one 5 stars. And I was so enthralled. I was just so happy with this book that I wanted to know what would happen next with the next character. So I started This Could Be Us. And I'm already over halfway in This Could Be Us. I stayed up late reading it. I'm already at page 214, and it says I'm 54% of the way through with the book. So I've already read my 100 pages for today, day 4. So day 3, I read over 200 something pages. Today, I've so far I've read like 110 or so pages of This Could Be Us. So I might still pick up a Richard O's because my goal was to finish it in October before November. And I still want to get to the finishing it. So I'm gonna speed through This Could Be Us because I'm loving it. I know I'm gonna finish it today, and then I'm gonna pick this one up later on today as well. So I'm gonna be reading way more than 100 pages today for sure. But yeah, lots of great books out there that I just want to read. So I really love this one. Before I Let Go, honestly, I was like, maybe I do love Second Chance Loves after all, but because like this one, the chemistry was just top tier. It felt like a slow burn romance with those two, even though they've already been in love, they've already married each other and everything. They just got a divorce because of the situation with their life, and they didn't see that coming. They couldn't handle like the overall grief and like the heartache that was happening in their life that caused them to like separate. But once they both started feeling better, especially once Yasmin started feeling better again, they just came back together so naturally, and it was just so good. So yeah, I love Before I Let Go. I gave it 5 stars, and I'm reading This Could Be Us, which I'm loving as well so far. Hi, my loves. It's day 5. Yeah, I believe it's day 5 because we had Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Yeah, not me not knowing what day I'm on. Anyways, it's day 5. I'm currently reading this book, but girls, look at this. I've never had this happen to me before. I've always heard people complaining that Amazon messes up the books they delivered, but this might just be not Amazon itself, but the actual book binder, like the people that bind the book. Where is it? I was like, this page looked weird to me, right? Because I was currently reading it, and it just comes right out like that, like just like that. So my whole book is falling apart. And it's a paperback. I would expect this to have more to happen with a hardcover, not a paperback book, but yeah, smack in the middle. Gone. I'm gonna glue it back in. I already have the book. I'm already reading it. I'm not sending it back. I want to read it. So yeah, that happened. Unfortunately, it's the first time it ever happened to me. I've gotten a book where the little end parts were like broken or cracked or something, or like folded over, but I never had the pages full on falling out. So that's different. That's new. But honestly, I'm already reading it. It's not time to send this back. But yeah, I don't know who to even complain to. Because the book was well packaged when I got it, so it wasn't bent or anything for a paperback when it was delivered. I don't know. I just got to this page today and it just started doing this. So that's a little update right there. And also, yesterday I finished reading This Could Be Us. So yesterday I think I read close to 300 pages, so much more than the 100 pages set for the day. So I did a whole lot of reading yesterday. Finished This Could Be Us. Gave it 5 stars. I love Soledad's story, and I love that she got everything she deserved in the best way possible. So that was my reading yesterday, and then I started Our Vicious Oaths today. So yeah, so I think for today I'm gonna be reading like probably 200 pages so that I'm close enough to finishing this Our Vicious Oaths tomorrow, because I want to finish it before October ends to like finish off my October TBR. I've so far read every book on my October TBR except for Spookly Year, which I DNF. I didn't love that book. And this is my last book on my October official TBR that I need to finish. Today is day 6 and it's Friday. I have good news and bad news for myself. So I did make a lot of progress in Vicious Oats. I'm at page 380. The goal yesterday was to read up to page 384. Obviously that didn't happen. So I didn't end up reading over 200 something pages yesterday. So definitely read my 100 page goal for the day. Today I haven't reached my 100 page goal yet, but I'm very close. I have 30 more pages to go because I actually less than 30 pages. I think I read like 73 from when I last checked, 73 pages so far. I'm Jamaican, if you guys know, and as you know, Hurricane Melissa in Jamaica, and I have a lot of family members here, but it's mainly my sister. She was missing, like I couldn't contact her for the past 2 to 3 days, so I was very worried. I'm trying to escape with reading, and finally got some good news today, so that's one of the good news. But yeah, also good news, I had with my 100, I am reading my 100 page a day goal. This is supposed to be 7 days straight, so tomorrow will be the last day. But bad news, I don't think I'm going to be able to finish this in October. Because it is October 31st. I have to go to work in the next hour and a half. So I have 2 hours left of the audiobook. I don't know if I'll have any time left to listen to the audiobook. Maybe I can listen to an hour of it on my commute to work. And I can try again tonight, but it depends on how late. Probably night. I don't know. It might be a bit busy at work. So I don't know. It depends. I am not gonna like have unrealistic expectations and say that I'm gonna finish this tonight. But like I'm at least reading 100 pages a day at least. And honestly, this copy is getting worse and worse. Like look at this. Look at it. It's like falling apart completely. The manufacturer did not make this book correctly at all. But my thoughts on this one though is that I'm liking it, but I'm not loving it for sure. Especially the beginning parts. It was worse when I was already in like a reading slump type of vibe, you know. And like I continued, I reread a few pages and then I continued up to page 90. The reason why I only read to page 90 was because I was not vibing with the world building. The world building was very like, not confusing as in like, oh, it's so difficult to understand, but confusing as in, so even though it's explained, I still can't see it. I still can't grasp what the author is trying to tell me about these different phases, because there's like 3 different types of phase, which that's another thing. I don't know if it's 3 different types of phase, like what are their features that make them different? Is it just the lens that they stay at that makes them 3 different types of phase? And like it was explained that their magic was, but it's only 2 of them, because 2 of them are together and then one of them is completely like shut away from the rest of them. So I'm not really grasping that part is what I'm trying to say. That and like an enemies to lovers book. This is not enemies to lovers in my opinion, because they have been banging from page 1 at this point. Not page 1, but like from they met each other, they've been having, you know, and I just don't find that to be enemies to lovers at all. Like you're physically intimate with that character basically every chapter, even though she's like, oh, I hate him, I don't really feel it. And then he's like, oh, he doesn't say he hates her, but he's like, he's not a fan of her, you know, because she's a different type of fae that betrayed his people, whatever. But it's not giving enemies to lovers that I wanted to really and truly. Honestly, I've decided a long time ago that I'm gonna just write the fae book that I want to read with black fairies, because I've always been disappointed every time I pick up a black author's fairy book. I've just been not getting what I've been envisioning. So in order for me to be more satisfied, I'm gonna just have to write it myself. Because, yeah, that is what I've just been struggling with like not character development, but like world development. I've been struggling with world building, but I've gotten the characters down. I've gotten their reasonings for hating each other. I've gotten their goals, but I just don't have the world to put them in. So that's what I'm trying to figure out with my Black Fairy book. But yeah, this was a bit of a disappointment. It was an anticipated read. I'm gonna still finish it and see where it goes, because I'm not gonna lie, I'm enjoying the second half a whole lot more than the first half. Yeah. And I was thinking it's because maybe it was because I was like sad and like stressed out because my sister in Jamaica. I was thinking that's why I wasn't enjoying the book too. But like I was enjoying This Could Be Us in that time period. I really enjoyed This Could Be Us. I gave it 5 stars. I was just not vibing this one. So I'm gonna try and finish it. I no longer care to finish it today. I'm just gonna read my 100 pages goal today and finish it tomorrow, because tomorrow is the last day anyways for this reading challenge. So yeah, those are my thoughts on this book. Hi, so it's Saturday. That means day 7, final day of reading 100 pages a day. And I'm happy to say that I've completed this challenge well and done. Some days I read well over 100 pages. I think Tuesday and Wednesday was the most pages I read. Tuesday I read over 300 pages, and then Wednesday I read like almost 300. It's like 280, I believe. No, it was around 280, 283 around that point. And Tuesday it was like almost 400. It was 370. I finished that reading Before I Let Go, and then immediately after I finished reading this one, I was like, I gotta read This Could Be Us, and I love This Could Be Us. I give them both 5 stars. Honestly, both these books I gave 5 stars. Imagine that, me loving Kennedy Ryan's book so much. I have to own This Could Be Us, because even though I give them both 5 stars, I kind of veer more towards Soledad's book, which is This Could Be Us. I kind of love that one more, but like they were both 5 stars. Like this one, it was like a very different read for me, where it covers some very dark topics while centering romance at the same time, and it's also a second chance romance book, which I don't like second chance romance, but I read Aphrodite and the Duke, and I love that one. So that's why I was like, let me give this one a chance, because that one was a second chance romance as well. Granted, Aphrodite and the Duke, they were never really together like that. Before I Let Go, they were totally together. They were married. They had kids together, you know? So that was a different outcome. So that's why I was a bit more afraid to go into it, because I'm like, that's just heartbreaking that they separated, and it's going to start off with just them being on bad terms, you know? That's why I'm not really a fan of second chance romance. But it was so good, and like the chemistry between them was so good together. And then Soledad's book, Before I Let Go, also, that one, it was kind of sad, like her situation where her life was totally unraveled, totally in chaotic mess. But I also like the parts where it was like she was like a social media star, where she's trying to take care of her kids. And honestly, her husband got the best thing for him. Like he deserved what he got, honestly. And also, I don't know, I just love the guy that Soledad got together with. I love his personality. I love how straightforward he was. So that is why I feel like I veered more towards that one, because that was like the type of romances I love more naturally, where they met for the first time. There was chemistry. She was married at the time, so obviously it was not going to go anywhere with that. But because of the situation in her life, she was no longer married. It went over months too, so it was more like a slow burn too. With that one, it took them over a year, because at the time they met again, it was like when they first met, it was like 8 months. 8 months passed after that, and then a few more months passed. So I think they were like a year and a half before they finally started really talking to each other and stuff, and having a more romantic relationship. I love that book. I have to get it, and I'm gonna read Hendrik's story soon. It's now November 1st, so we're in a new month. November, I'm planning to read Can't Get. Was it let me see, what is it called? Can't Get Enough? I think that's what it's called. I don't know. I don't own that one physically. Honestly, even This Could Be Us, I got it from my library because it was available to borrow. I borrowed the Kindle and the audiobook. They were both available to borrow. So that's how I read them, intertwining the Kindle and the audio. I read those together. And I didn't even get to keep my annotations because I returned it back to the library as soon as I was done, which was like a day's time. I read that one. And yeah, I'm going to do the same with Can't Get Enough. Am I saying that right? I don't even know. Let me see. Because I have it in this book right here, which I'm going to talk about this later. Yeah, it just Can't Get Enough. Yeah, that's my November TBR I have written down. So yeah, Can't Get Enough. I'm planning to do the same thing. I borrowed the Kindle version and the audiobook version from my library. So I'm going to be listening and reading along to that one very soon. I did actually finish Our Vicious Oats last night. Yeah, I was able to finish it. I wasn't holding out hope that I was going to finish it because, as I said earlier, I wasn't enjoying it that much. And like, if I finish it or not, it was fine. But yeah, I was able to finish it in October. It still is a very fragile book. It's falling apart still. I just started listening to the audiobook near the end. That's how I was able to finish it on my commute, going and coming back from work. I had 2 hours left, a little less than 2 hours left to read it before I went to work. So going to work, I listened to the rest of the audiobook and coming back from work as well. I was able to finish it, and I gave it a solid 3 stars. As I said about it earlier, like, it wasn't hidden for me. It was like a very anticipated read of mine, but it was disappointing anticipated release. And I was looking at my shelf earlier, all the anticipated releases that I've gotten physically, they all were not bangers. Yeah, I just realized that. I was like, all my 5 stars, all the books I really loved this year, I wasn't even anticipating them, except for 2, I guess. The Enchanted Greenhouse, I really liked that one. It wasn't a 5 star, but I really liked it. Well, Hemlock and Silver, did I put it on my anticipated release? I think I did, because I love Hemlock and Silver, and that was a 5 star, so maybe one, yeah. But yeah, not all of them I enjoyed. And I did read my 100 pages today. Actually, I read 130 pages. The Night and the Moth. I'm happy to say I'm actually enjoying this one. I didn't love the One Dark Window, so I didn't know I was going to like this book by this author. But I'm liking it. It's like a nice fantasy setting in here for sure. And like, there's like this mystery aspect surrounding the main character and like the whole livelihood she's living. She's basically a diviner, people that can see, they have dreams, and they can tell their dreams determine your future. Like, not like it tells you your future exactly, it just tells you if you're gonna have good luck or bad luck in your future, I guess. But anyways, I am just loving this one so far, so I'm gonna continue reading this one. And yeah, that's my wrap up on this vlog. I'm so happy that it all went good. Well, yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Goodbye for now.